Shalom. All glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rahakundash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach the Bible correctly. Shalom to the elect, 144,000 men. And shalom to the great peaceable multitude, the men, women, and children. Shalom. To you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, the lost 12 tribes. We're lost because we don't know who we are. But you're a Hebrew Israelite. You're a Hebrew Israelite. Hebrew meaning that's your actual language that you speak. Your actual language is Hebrew. It's not English. It's not Spanish. It's not French. It's Hebrew. The Paleo Hebrew. Hebrew Israelite. Israelite means prince of the power. You are a prince who is destined to rule the world with power, superpowers. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's kingdom to come is an everlasting kingdom because it's going to be ruled by superhumans, where they don't need a military or a gun or a missile or a machine gun to rule the world. You're going to rule the world with spiritual power. This article is brought to you by, I think it's called Crime. Fox News 3 hours ago. Titled, Pastor known for marriage advice arrested at rumored swingers community accused of having multiple wives. So he's getting arrested for being accused of having multiple wives. Now, why are we bringing out this article? It's just to show that we're living under a system, we're living under a rulership that doesn't uphold the law, statutes, and commandments. And what the Bible says we're allowed to have and allowed to do. Are we allowed to have multiple wives according to the Bible? Yes. Is it wise to have multiple wives in America? No. Why? Because we're broke. And we're in a low estate. And this is the land of our captivity. We're under captivity. So it's unwise to have multiple wives and to practice polygamy, which it is our God-given right for us men to have multiple wives. But we're not in a position of power. We're not in a position of power, which comes with wealth. We're not in a position of rulership. So it's unwise to practice what we are allowed to do and what we are allowed to have. And this article proves that we are under a wicked rulership. Because if it was under a righteous rulership, he wouldn't be getting arrested right now. You're arresting him for having multiple wives. Big fucking deal. Excuse my language. It just struck a nerve. A pastor who runs a ministry in a rumored swingers community for Florida seniors. Now, I don't agree with swingers community through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. Because from my understanding, swingers means you cross partners and you just mix and mingle. That's nasty. That's unrighteous. So if he's really in a swingers community, well then, who's gonna feel bad for a charmer who gets bit by a snake? Nobody. You want to play with a snake, you're gonna get bite. You're gonna get bit. So if he was really involved in a swingers community where you swing from partner to partner, like and exchange like all this Let's look into it. What the hell is a swingers community? What is a swingers community? The hell is a swingers community? Definition. Definition. The swingers community is a network of committed couples and individuals who engage in consensual non-monogamous sexual activity, which is sin. Adultery everywhere. So here it is, you got couples and individuals engaging in sex. That's wicked as hell. That's going off. Now, if this pastor was really indulging that, allegedly, then he's going off. No one feels bad for you. But if it's just a rumor that he has multiple wives and he's between him and his wives, even having threesomes is a sin. Threesomes, foursomes, orgies, the Most High don't like that. And that's a sin. We're not supposed to be doing that. If you have multiple wives, you are to indulge with him, separately, not together. I really can't speak on that, how it all works. Like, do you sleep with one today and sleep with another one 5 hours in the same day? I'm not sure. That's something I will have to do some homework on. But when it comes on to orgies and stuff like that, hands down, that's a sin. You can't have threesomes. You cannot have foursomes, orgies, swingers community. All that is a sin. The Lord don't deal with that. We're not supposed to either. Okay. So it says here, a pastor who runs a ministry in a rumored swingers community for Florida seniors and ironically wrote a book on how to love your spouse was arrested Wednesday following allegation that he married multiple wives. So according to this article, he's being in trouble for marrying multiple wives. He ain't doing nothing wrong for having multiple wives. But we're not surprised. Ain't nobody surprised. Why are we? We're not surprised. We're in a wicked society. So this proves that this is not our rest. This proves that though all things are though all things are lawful, not all things are expedient. We'll get into those two scriptures. This is not our rest and expedient. He is currently being held without bond due to his status as an out-of-state fugitive, with legal holds of stemming from Rockdale County, Georgia. Quote, Florida marriage records were obtained and confirmed that Leslie Williams was still lawfully married at the time of the subsequent marriage, the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office told Fox News Digital. Quote, based on these records, a warrant was obtained for Leslie Williams for the charge of bigamy? What the hell is that? Bigamy is a criminal act of marrying one person while still legally married to another. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Someone marrying somebody to, let's be more specific, someone marrying a man, to a second wife, that's not a sin. It's not, in America it is, because this is Babylon the Great, and it's Babylon the Great is completely contrary to the scriptures when it comes down to certain things. They'll uphold certain things that the Bible is against, like your pink cities and shit like that. the in your alphabet parade certain month. I'm not sure if it's June or May. I don't know. It's one of those months where, you know, the happy people just go out and go buck wild. You know, it is illegal in most Western countries, not in the East Side. You go to the East Side, there's certain places where let's look.
Yes, polygamy, especially polygyny, where one man has multiple wives, is practiced in some Eastern Hemisphere regions. It's legal in parts of Africa, the Middle East, and Asia, particularly in West and East Africa, and some Muslim majority countries, sometimes allowing up to 4 wives.
Look at that. It's is legal. It's legal in the East Side. So, excuse my language. I'm not going to go all out. But what the hell is the big deal? There's no big deal. But there is a big deal when we're in an Edomite country and Edomite rulership. They don't want Jake to evolve. They don't want Jake to expand. They don't want Jake to have a power, family, structure. So they come with this bullshit, monogamy shit. You're just allowed one wife. Goofy ass shit. Excuse my language. It's very inappropriate, I know, but it just struck some nerve. Let's see. I randomly asked the chat. GMS, Hebrew Israelite Camps, teaches that polygamy is okay, but it's unwise to practice in America. What the hell? It says, let's go back up here. Groups like GMS, Great Millstone Camps within the Hebrew Israelites movement do tend to make a distinction like the one you're describing. They argue that polygamy, having multiple wives, is biblically permissible, and it is. But at the same time, not wise or practical in modern America society, which is true. Don't do it. You're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. Here's how that reasoning usually breaks down. 1. Biblical argument, quote, or quotation marks, why they say it's okay. And remember, they don't say it's okay. The Bible says it's okay. They're just the mouthpiece of Yahweh Shai. Honorable vessels, you know. They point to figures in the Bible like Abraham, Jacob, and King Solomon, who had multiple wives or concubines, which are lesser wives, but they're still being treated like wives. From that, they conclude that scriptures doesn't outright ban polygamy, which is true. We're almost at 15 minutes, YouTube. If it goes past 15 minutes or if it gets close, I'll salute, close out, but we'll continue on my Rumble. Okay? And I'll put the link in the description on my Rumble for you, YouTube. It says practical arguments, quotations, why they say it's unwise today. Even within their own teachings, many will admit it's illegal in the United States. Bigamy laws can lead to criminal charges. You see, man, Great Millstone, it's not even Great Millstone, it's Yahweh Shai through Great Millstone that really does teach us and guide us to be careful in Babylon the Great. It's almost 15 minutes, y'all. So, Lord's will you were edified, YouTube. Come to my Rumble page and we can continue reading on. Lord's will you were edified. May the Lord lift up a standard for you and your family. May you receive salvation. Shalom.